And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken in at the 1. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
Shit! 36! Jack! Showing it! Begin!
Under 10! 10!
Check 4! Check that!
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Let's go. Check. Bang!
Cousins gives way to Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described, and I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Jack Fox now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Watson on first down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On first down, Watson. He gets it to Thomas. 8 more yards this time coming off back-to-back first down pickups.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now a first down throw. Watson. Thomas has got it. Complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back to the running game with Barber. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And just a quick hitch route there, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First grab so far for Diggs. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47.
I'm letting you know right now, you better break.
They go play action. Cousins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. Flush to his right, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Trying to get it that time to Stills.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
You don't see me in your nightmares, son.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
2nd and 10 at the Texans' 22-yard line.
Jahan, what do you need? Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
1st down, Houston.
Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. These two teams all tied after 1. Barber on 1st and 10, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
On 2nd and 12, Watson got a man. It's Brown. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
19. Right there, 54 Mike. On the arm. 54 Mike.
From the gun on third, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Watson now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, he's
looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, receiver.
Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
54's mark. Check. Watch 54. Down to lose 1. Hey,
Watson now to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Dancing to his left. He may try and run. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
High.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear?
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this belongs to the Vikings. He gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On second down, Cook. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And some room to work. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 33. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw is Watson. Hard throw, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football, incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A first down throw for Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
For the hunt! Lady! You ain't going nowhere. Come to my work.
Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half, other teams just go.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 25, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw, Cousins. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Watson. He's got Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 49-yard line.
This is it. 19.
54. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Hughes. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
It's complete to Fuller. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On 1st down, Watson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A very solid gain of 27. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
From the red zone now, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
They'll run here with Barber. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now.
You might be getting tired of seeing me. 54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54.
Watson on 3rd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there. hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Let's go.
Cousins on first down. He'll find his receiver. That's Chad Beebe. A gain of 6 there on first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Get wide.
Leave it. Bring up 48.
Cousins now. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he finds Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and the Texans scoop it. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have once again taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This is taken at his 4. And there is is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against? Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and forever. He's going to go for a big play and got his man complete. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
He's checking on it. Crash.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins, and he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Cousins. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up. Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Once again, it's Barber. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it, and he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Now Watson going deep for Hopkins. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Check safety, check safety.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. He's got a first down past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime, obviously a touchdown to win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Coverage that time by Aaron Colvin.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. He can run for it, and he will. And this is going to be incomplete. You said just a minute ago that mistakes get magnified in OT. Now then, when we talked about it, we were discussing a near interception, but I would think penalties, they apply as well.
They certainly do, because they are mistakes. And when I played at Tennessee, the #1 game maxim we had that we talked about before every ball game, the team making the fewest mistakes